Welcome back to Sparked in the Quiet. Tonight it's New Year's Eve. Not the loud fireworks in the sky version, but the softer side of it. The moment where the world slows down just a little and we sit with a cup in our hands, thinking about everything this year has carried. This year may have stretched you in ways you didn't see coming. It may have revealed things you didn't realize were sitting quietly in your heart. It may have felt at times like it asked more from you than you thought you had to give. And yet, here you are, still here, still standing, still reaching for God. That matters more than you know. Today we're sitting with Jeremiah 33, verse 6. A promise spoken into a place that has known pain, loss, and deep weariness. God says, I will bring it health and healing. I will heal them and reveal to them the abundance of peace and truth. This isn't rushed healing. It isn't forced healing. It isn't move on already healing. It is patient, gentle, intentional. It is God saying, I see what this season has done to you, and I am tending to your heart. Not just fixing it, but restoring. Not just mending, but renewing. Not just patching things up, but revealing peace. A peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, and a truth that helps you breathe again. If you're listening to this, and there's a part of your heart that feels tender, or tired, or in need of care, you're not alone. Maybe it's something you carried quietly this year. A disappointment. A change you didn't ask for. A chapter that didn't unfold the way you thought it would. Sometimes the deepest bruises are the ones nobody else can see. And yet, God sees every bit of it. Not with judgment, not with pressure, but with compassion. Jeremiah 33 verse 6 reminds us, God does not leave his people in pieces. He draws near and says, I will heal you, and I will reveal peace to you. Healing and revelation, restoration and clarity, a settling of the soul that says, you are safe in my care. You are held in my presence. New Year's Eve has a way of stirring up quiet reflections. We remember the moments we're grateful for and the ones we're still trying to process. But instead of trying to wrap everything up neatly, today we simply sit with this promise. Not rushing ahead, not replaying everything behind us, just here, in this moment, listening, breathing, receiving. Because the God who spoke Jeremiah 33 verse 6 has not changed. The same God who promised healing then is still healing hearts now. And yours is included. Sometimes when we hear a promise, like Jeremiah 33 verse 6, we want to believe it right away. We want to feel it instantly. But healing isn't always something we notice in the moment. Sometimes it looks like tiny shifts, small moments of strength, gentle reminders that you're not where you used to be, even if you're not quite where you hope to be yet. And maybe that's you right now. Maybe you're still in the middle of the story, in the part where things feel unfinished, where you can see progress, but also pieces that still ache a little. If that's where you are, there is nothing wrong with you. You are not behind in your healing. You are just the way how God made you. God is patient with the human heart. Jeremiah 33 verse 6 isn't about instant transformation. It's about God working in places we don't always have words for. Places where we've learned to be strong for everyone else. Places we've tucked away because life kept moving forward. Places that we only acknowledge when the world finally grows quiet, like tonight. And maybe this New Year's Eve has you looking back at conversations you wish had gone differently, moments you replay, things you can't quite label, but still feel. If so, be gentle with yourself. You're allowed to still be processing. You're allowed to still be healing. You're allowed to say, I'm not done yet, but God is with me in the middle. Because healing doesn't just happen in milestones. It happens in everyday faithfulness, in showing up, in choosing hope, in letting God steady your heart when you don't have all the answers. As we sit with this verse a little longer, I want you to think back about one moment from this past year where God carried you through something you weren't sure you'd get past. It might have been quiet. It might not have looked dramatic or miraculous to anyone else. But you know how much strength it took. Hold that moment in your mind for a second. Because that moment is proof that healing has already been at work. Proof that God has been present, even in seasons that felt uncertain, even in stretches of time that felt ordinary or unseen. Jeremiah 33 verse 6 is not just a promise for the future. It's a reminder of what God has been doing all along. He has been tending to your heart in ways you may only recognize now as you look back over the year. And as you step toward what's ahead, you don't have to rush toward it. There is no timer on your growth, no deadline on your becoming. You are allowed to take this next season slowly, deliberately, with intention. Let God reveal peace to you in layers. Let truth arrive gently. Let healing unfold at the pace of grace. Because the work God is doing in you is not fragile and it's not temporary. It is thorough. It is deep. It is loving. And it is leading you toward wholeness. Not the kind that means everything is perfect, but the kind that says, I am grounded in God's care, no matter what comes next. So as this year closes and a new one waits just beyond the horizon, you don't have to step across that line with pressure or fear. You can step forward with quiet confidence, trusting that the same God who walked with you through this year will faithfully walk with you into the next one too. Let's take a gentle pause together right now. You don't have to fix anything in this moment. You don't have to figure anything out or everything out right now. I just want you to breathe. Let your shoulders soften a little. You made it through a year you didn't always feel ready for. You showed courage on days that felt quiet and ordinary. You kept going even when it was hard. And God saw every single step. Tonight isn't about pressure or resolutions or big declarations about what comes next. Tonight is simply about letting this truth rest in your heart. Healing is happening. Peace is unfolding. And you are not walking into the season or year alone. As this New Year's Eve settles into the quiet of the night, know this: you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are deeply loved and you are being renewed. One layer at a time, one gentle thought at a time, one steady breath at a time. Let this spark carry you. One step, one moment, one breath at a time.